Hello, in this video we will understand about the trichinelosis. The trichinosis is a parasitic infection in the human caused by trichinella. Trichinella is an emerging or re-emerging zoonotic parasitic disease worldwide, the whole world. So let's begin to understand their complication and how it can infect to the human. Because it is zoonotic, it means animal to the human it can infect. This is the human contained digestive system. Let's begin to understand from the ingestion. But how the contaminated food can be ingested to cause this infection? So let's begin to understand first of all the sylvatic cycle. This is the predation and scavenging by the different animals, which that transmit this trichinella into the animal to the animal. This animal to the animal is the sylvatic cycle. In this way, a lot of different animals involving to complete this cycle, like predation and scavenging. Some animals scavenger, which that is basically eat dead organic materials like dead animal. So that is why. So in this way, whenever the human can eat these animal, the predators, when these animal eat, it means it is the ingestion, and this is encapsulated larva in striated muscle are present, and in this way this is the cycle is known as the sylvatic cycle used to ingest this contaminated meat. And on the other hand, the pork, the pig meat, which that is also the domestic cycle, also involve the mice, which that is meat scrappers and cannibalism. The cannibalism is also involved, and in this way the domestic cycle, which that produce the encapsulated larva in striated muscle, and in this way you can understand the different dishes with improper cooking of pork, which that will lead to cause this infection when we will ingest. Remember that improper cooking means the high temperature is not required, so normal temperature will not kill this encapsulated larvae. Whenever it will go, the mastication will lead to swallowing. After the swallowing, these bolus into the stomach, and the digestion will begin and assimilation, and in this way the defecation will occur. But remember, these encapsulated larvae will remain inside, will grow, and this prevention healthy animal with full cooked at 100 degrees Celsius. Also the healthy animal can be prevention. So the high cooking temperature is required to kill these encapsulated larvae. But anyhow, whenever it will be ingest, it will go into the stomach as a bolus and contain a encapsulated larvae. This is the esophagus, cardiac sphincter, stomach, duodenum. This is the bolus. Duodenum is involved for the absorption of these parasite. This is the blood circulatory system, and this is the enterocyte. This enterocyte is also known as the brush border cell. The brush border cell, yes, contain microvilli. Larva are released in small intestine, and in this way it will be grow into a male and female adult in small intestine, and ultimately it go into larva deposit in mucosa. After depositing the mucus layer, deposit into the mucus layer are internal muscularis, the muscularis interna, which that will lead to enter ultimately into the blood circulatory system and give the circulation, and in this way this adult will move into the skeletal muscle and reside in the skeletal muscle in the form of encapsulated larva. in striated muscle, remember, and it will remain intact with the muscle, the skeletal muscle. So the disease can progress due to the inflammation. So let's begin to understand further. The more than 40 millions people are at risk of trichinella infection in China even. And foodborne parasitic disease caused by eating raw basically the foodborne parasitic disease caused by eating raw or undercooked or improper cook a meat containing the infection, the larvae of trichinella nematodes. This yes. Pork is the man eating the main source of this infection. So the pork is the main source of this infection through pig because the domestic cycle involved. The diagnosis for this infection is the immunoassay, the DNA methods, and the quality supervision and inspection as well as quarantine. Molecular biological methods have been developed for diagnosis. After the diagnosis, if the trichinelosis is positive, in this way the vaccines is developed for a RIC vaccine, the different recombinant, the protein vaccine, DNA vaccine, as well as other drug is known as the benzimidazole drug, which are safe and cheap as well as it is effective. And in this way, the trichinosis treatment is through this medication. Let's begin to understand the sign and symptom. Sign and symptom appear month to years required, and it can create nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, fatigue. Fatigue is due to the muscle aching as well as muscle problems and fever and abdomen discomfort, muscle inflammation, and the headaches, fever, chills, cough is a secondary also symptom, and swelling of the face and eyes due to the physiological changes and itching and joints and muscle pain, itchy skin and diarrhea or constipation. Due to these parasites will be invade in the skin also as well as other part of the body like other organs like eyes etc. or brain lead to cause encephalitis. The complication can be a swelling pain, inflammation, myocarditis, and encephalitis. Due to the invasion of this pathogen into the brain or muscle or heart muscle will lead to cause myocarditis and many more. Thanks for watching.